Hello and greetings, everyone. This is Silver-Quill welcoming you once again to a hopefully fun-filled stream. Now, do pardon me as I'm just making sure this is actually going off the way I expected. Because, I tell you true, that doesn't always happen. Well, I can see it's working on Twitch, which does work with me so kindly. But over on the YouTube... YouTube, you never fail to drive me bonkers. Let's see here. I'm just going over to my YouTube page, seeing... Oh, not really. This is quite cool of you. I do not understand how YouTube works. Okay, let me inform my poor patient viewers who are actually at the right spot, where I said this was going to happen, and yet apparently I need to brush up. How do I describe this? Our good friends over at Twitch decided, Restream, decided to update their interface so now you could schedule events. But getting that to work with both YouTube and Twitch is a bit trickier than I thought. And that makes me mad. Makes me very mad. Especially as it's even using the wrong title. Why is it using the wrong title? Anywho, let me just see where all my friends went, and I will get this party going. YouTube did me wrong. The stream popped up over here. Alrighty, there we go. I'll give everyone just a minute to come on over, and hopefully we can fix all that has gone kerflooey. Kerflooey, I tells ya. So, how is everyone doing? I hope that this finds you all in good stead. Let's see here. I see Cherry Fluff Belly, who I appreciate you doing another drawing. Much appreciating. Shooting a host and hope. Oh, Fitter Chris, always good to hear from you. I'm sorry I won't get to see you, but I will look forward to the day when we can greet each other in person. And now, okay, we've got folks trickling in from, the false start stream, let's call it. We have Katie, the war hero, E2 Tank Engine 105. Katie, oh my goodness. I think I ran out of breath just saying that name. Ravensmith, Norma Ruiz Gallardo, also known as Lady Almathea. 117 War Spartan. Sentinel Royal Guard, and no, I've not been dumpster diving again. I just, find a good hiding spot. We are the Nightmares, my friends, and we'll keep on riding to the end. Oh, Maddie! Mad Munchkin with her shotgun. Oh, this is not good for me. This is not good for me at all. Yes, I will be getting to that very shortly. And let's see here. We've got Elizabeth Snowbell, N488 Thunderbird, Inquisitor 751, Trinary and Champ to Stay. The first Triantrum. I do not know what a Triantrum is. But you're the first, that's probably why. And Logan Kier, and over on the Twitchy Twitch, Helsing Ghost 1, Blue Griffin, and Wolfistar01. Okay, I apologize to all my YouTube fans who went to the properly designated stream, and yet when I hit the go live, YouTube just decides to create something else. It's getting really hard to work with Restream and YouTube. I'll have to look over this new setup and how I'm supposed to do it. I love how they just, it's not broken, it's not perfect, but it's not broken, but they keep changing it. And then the left hand doesn't know what the right's doing. So, well, that's not all right. Now, let's see, let's get a little music going, because otherwise... What has happened to my player? There you are. It's just music now. Yes. Forgive me that I'm a little out of sorts tonight. I am, sitting at a new configuration for my work. It's given me a little bit more freedom, a little bit more elbow room, but it also changes the flow. And also, I guess this is the first time I've streamed in a little while because all these new systems and situations are in place. Good Lord, iTunes, stop asking for my sign-in. Good thing I'm not, there we go. Good thing I'm not streaming the whole panel, the whole screen. Here we go. Alrighty, let's see here. Let's take that down just a little. Everyone hear me okay? Sounds are good. Stream's looking strong. Oh, Flitter, here's the funny thing. I am using OBS, they call it desktop now. But OBS desktop goes to restream.io, which then splits the signal between Twitch and YouTube. Ergo, I am multi-streaming, but now the darn systems just don't want to talk to one another. It's rather frustrating. And welcome, Clay Pigeon VA. I've been doing well, and I hope you have as also. Now, let's see here. Mad Munchkin, who is currently enjoying a shotgun in my direction. Yes, I've done many wrong things lately. I intruded on their privacy by buying Mad Munchkin a new microphone and Lightning Bliss a rubber ducky. Truly, I am beyond saving. But now they are both looking to extract revenge, which is why I have to keep my head low as I sneak towards Harmonycon. But I'm not done driving people nuts, because what I want to do at Harmonycon, I have the rarest of opportunities, the most delightful of chances. You see, my vending table, which is the Way Too Weird booth, featured on Harmonycon's map, it is right next to Lightning Bliss, who is right next to Fiara the Tank Girl. And so, therefore, quid pro quo, hither go, I am going to have an art piece that I hope everyone can take down the line and sign. And of course, I will be very annoying as I do it. Hello, Blue Circuit MLP. I'm doing well, and I hope you are as well. Is good times. You know, I just realized you can't hear the music I've turned on. Advent, oh, my good bud Advent Nebula. He's following me on the Twitch. Thank you, Advent. I had the good pleasure of seeing him last weekend. In fact, everyone give rounds of applause because he's been working super hard. Applause. There we go. He's been working super hard, and I want to honor that. Let's see. Oh, Seth Moss has joined us, as has Ariana Moonprancer. Marvelous. So, here we go. I am just laying out my evil plan here. My evil plan, which involves dragons and ponies and cardboard. And also armor. So here are the references. I'm going to spread this out a little. Oh, did I not get... Must not have gotten a photo of the armor toppling over a Rainbow Dash. We can fix that. But I don't think I'll explain this all in one go. I think it's more fun if I reveal as I work. Trinary, you're still spoiling me. I didn't even stream last week, and he sent support. My goodness. Magical Dude, you should always be concerned about what I'm plotting. It is just a given. Although, I would like to point out that once Maddie's anger and shotgun-wielding tendencies became known to the world, everyone on Twitter was saying, "Oh, I'll get the gravy. Do I smell burned chicken? Go get him, Maddie." And a part of me is just like, Have I no one working in my corner? Is no one worried about the poor old Silver-Quill? No! We all want to see Silver-Quill die. It's my lot in life. There's no other way around it. Clay Pigeon, you finished the Voice Acting 101 class. Congratulations. All right, I'm glad things are going well. Let's see here. Oh my goodness, more and more people are joining. And video conversion just finished. That's that little ding. Alrighty, let's see here. No, oh, Matt's confirming, not dead, just maimed. Then I could start my own show as the maimed one. Let's see here. All I need is one Silver-Quill pose. This guy. But you can see I've had quite the collection. There we go. Let's flip you around if this works the way I want it to. Boop, boop. And so, I need a dragon costume. And how nice that I can borrow Twilight's. Though this presents a unique challenge. Let's see here. You'll notice that there's a hard... Let's see, right around here. There is a tone shift, but no change, no hard divider. They do this every now and again in the show. It's kind of like with Sunburst Hooves. It can be just a little vexing. Not a lot, just a little. Just a slight vexation. Whereas I go for maximum vexation. I'll just say, foolish ponies, let me show you how it's done. This is how you drive someone bonkers. Right, Maddie? And let's make that ring a little darker, shall we? There you go. Let's see here. Tramp to Stay wonders, if you had to move to a different state, but you could choose which one, where would you go? Okay, I'm going to assume that this question grants me ample cash, that I don't need to worry about housing expenses and travel costs. It is truly go where I want. Well, truth be told, I lived for 1 year in Hillsboro, just overlooking San Francisco. And in fact, it's at Hillsboro that they hold BabsCon. So, how should I put it? Getting to return to that general area would be a wonderful trip down memory lane. That was a very fun and interesting time in my life. We had moved because my father was, work would basically demand near total presence. But in near San Francisco. And rather than have him carting himself back and forth between states, it just made more sense to move for a brief period. But it was an adventure. It was fun. Of course, there were bad days. There are always bad days on an adventure. But then you look back on the experience and you just feel like that was something special, something rare, not fully appreciable in its time, but the memories make it stronger. The Big Ben one, I would not recommend. One, Sandbar is too young. Two, Blissey, how shall I put this? Shipping jokes are a delicate matter. First off, if you don't know the person, joking about shipping them is probably not a good idea. I joke about Bliss and shipping her because we're friends, there's a level of trust, and she can tell me right off the bat, no, stop. And I'll stop. There will always be a hard stop involved. I appreciate wanting to get in on the joke, but it's risky business, especially as it's a real-life person. Oh, Betty, you still want me to be a closer target? I don't. I'm sorry, Maddie, but while I wish you and your fiance all the happiness in the world wherever you choose to live, your current location, I've never been, and therefore I have no blessed idea. And I want to have a blessed idea. It's rare enough that I have an idea, period. Alrighty. So here's my trick when they pull a duotone on me. I just go with this. Doot, 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 doot. Now, what I also should have done. Watch this. This is a slight variant on my trick. I'm going to draw black outline over all this. Don't have to be too fancy on this side. Boop, 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 boop. Going to move everything below that. And selecting this top green layer, the brighter green, I will say, make mask. And automatically it will create a mask simply using the black, which was the topmost layer. So now you can see both shades of green, both tints and tones, with the added bonus of, well, how else can I put this? The tonal change without any harsh divisive lines. It's very helpful. And yes, Chuck is Irish. I applaud your alliteration. A vexing vector, verily. Building block. I will not say, I'm not going to lay out who is allowed to pull shipping jokes. Simply say that the rule is no, make sure that the person you're joking about is comfortable with it. And in my case, and Blissy's case, that comes from mutual trust. Besides, my shipping jokes have somewhat run their course. It's now finding other ways to drive her bonkers. More creative and inventing ways. Ways that I can say unto her, "Hey, Blissy, you mad, brah? Mad, brah, yella? Dude, brah. Brah, dude." Yeah, you see, Maddie, for example, has been making shotgun jokes in the chat, and I know that she's not really going to gun me down. I hope. Right? See, maybe if I had gotten her, like, a microphone with a little cap on it. Oh, if only I could have found a little Mad Munchkin-style hat to put on top of the microphone as a wind filter. Oh, that would have been superb. All right, plant notes for future gifts. Actually, that raises a question. Surely someone has had the idea out there to make custom windscreens. For any who might be wondering, a custom windscreen, or rather a windscreen in general, also a pop filter, it's basically, you put over a microphone some foam to, basically it catches, if you make a really hard P, just try it into your computer or your mic, just try a puh, and you'll feel that burst of air coming out of your mouth. Now that sounds really intense into a microphone. Just as, like, if someone's really close to a mic and you can hear all the spittle in their mouths. It sounds disgusting to me. It drives me a little heebie-jeebie. So a windscreen can help reduce that. It can also reduce, as the name implies, this influx of wind that is just, that can really overpower. I'm sure if you've listened to anyone, like, trying to give their thoughts on YouTube while going for an evening walk, it sounds horrible because the wind is usually blowing right through the mic and they probably don't even hear it. They don't even realize how badly. Oh, what's this? I've received either a message or a warning. Gads, she does have a little hat. How can I share this with my computer? I must share this because this is the most adorable microphone in the history of forever. This is what I get for trying to multitask. Forgive me, good people. This will only take but a moment. You go to my photos. I don't know where that file saved. Okay, I don't want to lose the stream. I don't want to lose the steam on the stream. You know what I mean? But maybe under my Creative Cloud? No? See, this is the hard part. This is the hard part of anything. When you're trying... Camera roll. Grant permission. Yes, yes. Oh, for God's sakes. Basically, I'm giving Skype permission to access my photos, to save the photo, so I can share the photo with all you wonderful people. Have I made technology complicated enough? I haven't, but somebody sure as hate. All right, airdrop to my iMac. Or my Mac Pro, there we are. Alrighty. But I do appreciate how much technology hinders the process. It's so funny. I'm relying on technology in every step of this, and yet I am at its mercy. I'm at its whim. A whim away. A whim away. In the live stream, the silly live stream, Silver has no clue. And that's as much singing as I'll subject any of you to. There we go. Why am I making the main 6 dragon costume, champ? Well, stay tuned. I am hoping, if I am diligent, or diligent enough, I can show you what I have planned. But let's see here. Also in... here it is. Here we go. Here is both a picture of the microphone I got for Mad Munchkin, and also... Now, does that not scream, Mad Munchkin? Does that not want to say, I will proudly carry Mad Munchkin's voice to the furthest corners of the interwebs? Unfortunately, I can't change I don't think I can change the stream title as the stream is going. Or maybe I can. I'll have to figure out something. Quite the frustration, isn't it? This darn thing, it just doesn't want to work with me, even on a day where I'm trying to work with it. Well, let's delete forever this old stream that didn't work quite the way I'd hoped. Okay, good. Sneaking to Harmonycon. Powered by Restream. Yes, but not communicated through Restream, I swear. Well, if y'all do a refresh on the stream, the proper title will now appear. Or I could say that it's a double-double anime desu. It wouldn't be true, but hey. Gonna make it work. And so, therefore... Now, this part will be a little tricky. I have to make sure to separate the foreground and background teeth. Here we go. So, nom 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 nom. So, let's see here. Question. What is better, Princess Luna or Sailor Moon? Jude 3300. I have long wondered about which princess would lay claim to the moon first. Now, I am a I'm a Sailor Mercury and a Princess Luna fan. Sailor Moon is not my favorite senshi. So therefore, my personal biases is in favor of Luna. But let us consider something. Despite her imprisonment in the moon, not on the moon, but in the moon, Luna has never lived on the moon. Princess Serenity and later, well, even Neo Queen Serenity, apparently the moon is just really bad real estate, because even the people who were magically born there lifetimes ago choose not to stay. It's got to be really hard for real estate up there. Even as eccentric billionaires try to get us all to go into space. So, I guess in terms of who has the better claim, one could argue Sailor Moon, as at least at one point in one lifetime, she lived there. Who better utilizes the moon? Well, it depends on... Sailor Moon's power is not only available if the moon is out, but then a greater amount of Luna's power has to do with dreams. Man, so it is a tough call. I have my personal bias-y. I mean, if Luna for some reason wanted to live on Mercury, then I'd have a very real conflict of interest there. But I am going to say that Sailor Moon probably has the better claim because it is in part of her name. It's on brand for her. Luna just needs the moon to be in the night sky. Everyone's now picturing Sailor Luna, which gets confusing because in the live-action Sailor Moon, Luna the cat got a human form and became a sailor senshi. So she became Sailor Luna as well. So, yeah, that doesn't make things complicated. No, not at all. This is what happens with crossovers. It can get very weird and very confusing. And yet, if done right, I enjoy the chaos. Okay, Japanese Spider-Man in Equestria. If for those who don't know, Japanese Spider-Man, who introduces himself as the emissary from hell, is a very different Spider-Man. And he even has his own giant robot. See, that would be a crazy go-nuts crossover that I would love to see. You could do an absolutely horrid job with it. But if done by the right writer, I believe it could be something thrilling as well. The right writer. Oh. But yes, Japanese Spider-Man. I don't know. I'm not sure why that particular example popped into my head just now. I guess because, okay, Spider-Man crossovers are such a thing. But then we just had Spider-Man No Way Home, which, man, if you want a crossover, woohoo! Let's see here. Noah Harris wants Mary Poppins in Equestria. Trinary, yes, Generations was quite disappointing. Yep. Luna's a Sailor Moon cosplay. Okay, yeah. I think I've started a trend. If I don't get to see a Luna Sailor Moon cosplay, I'm going to feel just a little sad. Maybe I should make... Well, gosh, I have to remember these Fulfillment Fridays are meant to create thank yous for my Patreons. Although, truth be told, I need to get into the video side of things, which I guess I'd show you all how, as I'm editing a Patreon video. Thoughts, decisions. I find it appropriate that the music is clapping as I am trying to process all this. By the way, are you able to hear the music okay? Is it not overpowering? Let's see here. No, I haven't really gotten to see any, I don't remember a lot of the MLP Meets videos. In fact, I'm not sure if you're talking about the, like, Strong Bad in Equestria, or I believe at one point MLP, Godzilla in Equestria. I'm not sure, so I can't really say with any certainty. You don't hear any music. Well, that's no good. What music? What madness? I'm hearing music. Wow, I probably sound like I'm cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs right now. What's going on, music? Why are you not outputting to my... Oh, I bet I know what's wrong. I bet I know it's all in the settings. Let's try this again. Let me know if you can hear this music. One sec. How about now? You're right, first Tyrantrum. Chaos is a lovely melody. Okay, man. Tonight is not a night for a smooth functioning soundboard or streams working with me. But once you identify a problem, you can work around it. That is the goal. But okay, now let me know if the music is too loud or drowning me out. Oh. Oh, I'm now louder. Curious. There is a setting on my soundboard. It basically mixes and a term called muxes. I don't even know what muxing is. But basically, it's trying to moderate the sound. And unfortunately, when I turned it off, the sound returned. So, here's my rule: when I am in a Discord call with friends, I have to turn the muxing on. When I am chatting with all you fine folk, I must turn it off so you can hear everything. Good news is I can replay the music I was listening to and you won't know. Haha. Come on, you. There we go. And we just shift this over a little. Bada bing, bada boom. Hello, the miner. Ah, well done, Builder Block. It is muxing up. It's all just a big mux. Let's see here. Am I familiar with Super Monkey Team Hyperforce Go? You know, I always saw the ads for it when, what was it? ABC Family became Jetix? I can't say I ever watched the show. It certainly is full of energy, but this was at a weird time when Jetix was trying to establish its own anime identity. And it went with some really over-the-top energy level anime. I remember, what was it, an anime called Shinzo, which was some sort of post-apocalyptic last human returns to Earth story. But it got even weirder as the story unfolded. Mostly because I think in the final episode they compressed 3 episodes into one finale. So they restated the backstory 3 times in one episode. Ridiculous. Mark Hamill was in Team Monkey Force Go? Good lord. Well, now I have to check it out. If they can have a CG Luke Skywalker, I don't see why I can't have a monkey Mark Hamill. Nathan Mearsman, I'm not sure. I should say an infinite, unlimited, endless, near and never-ending amount of boot puns. Oh, okay. For a minute there, I thought you were telling me I needed to say that exact phrase. I'm not sure why boot puns would upset Firebrand, but goodness knows I'm always willing to turn heel. Boot puns, though. Here we go. And just a few little stitches to this. Take a swig. A McPizza. Oh, Enderpup. Please don't tell me that's a McDonald's pizza, although I don't know what else it could be. I won't claim I never liked McDonald's, but over time, I grew to like Five Guys more, or I expanded my palate to have other foods than burgers. Though, I should say right now it's snowing where I am, so going out and getting a bite isn't a good idea, but thankfully, I've got a shepherd's pie. I don't know if any of you are Costco shoppers, but we're coming up on St. Patrick's Day, and of course, shepherd's pie, what is it? Corned beef, oh, and a beef stew. All delicious. Evangelion 007. Since Twilight likes to read books a lot, would she read the Book of Boba Fett? Well, it depends. It's not, as far as I know, an actual book, though I need to catch up myself. However, I would be more interested if trying to picture this book, whom amongst her friends would she cast? Who would be Boba Fett? My vote would be Tempest. Then let's see here. Flurry would be the version of Baby Yoda. Grangu or something like that? Flurry would be that. Who would be the Mandalorian? I feel like Applejack would make a good Mandalorian in her fantasy. Or honorable, but also doing a, how should I put it? Very honorable, but still getting the job done. Grogu. Okay. So Flurheart would be Grogu. Applejack be the Mandalorian. Given Flurry, I can't make Cadence Ahsoka. It's like someone who knew, well, quote unquote, Applejack. Oh. Knew Applejack's parents. My gosh, would I cast Mrs. Cake as Ahsoka? That'd be interesting. So, what about Celestia, Noah? Celestia, well, I mean, she'd still be a ruler of some sort. Oh, would it be terribly insulting if Celestia was the Jabba proxy and she like, how can I put it? Applejack, oh no, Tempest Shadow is trying to recover and claim the former crime boss Celestia's empire. Yeah, I could see that happening. That would be fun. See, I'm having way too much fun with this imagining. Of course, having not yet seen the Book of Boba Fett, I'm curious how they're even talking about how Jabba died. I want you all to remember this. This was a question folks asked of Carrie Fisher. A woman asked, how can I show my daughter Return of the Jedi, given what they did to Princess Leia with the Jabba's prisoner? And Carrie Fisher said, just remind them I killed him for making me wear that. And I thought that was the perfect answer. It's like, oh yeah, you think you're in charge? Nope. You invited your own doom, Jabba. Of course, what would be even funnier... Oh, the Pony Tones as the Max Rebo band. The puppet-based Rebo band, not that CG abomination. Special edition, my foot. Hello, Vestin Bruno. As you can see, I'm in the process of bedazzling a dragon head. Although, I think it's about time to start adapting this. Excuse me. Oops. Filthy Rich as Palpatine, Jasirius. Yes, Leia is always badass. And thank you, Carrie Fisher, for all you did. You know, what was it? I was watching, a while back, I watched SF Debris' review of the making of Return of the Jedi. And apparently the director felt that Leia needed to be more feminine. He wasn't as fond of acid-tongued Leia, I think, which is why she seemed a bit more, a bit less aggressive in the final movie. Yeah, there's a lot of ways to interpret that. I mean, I'm not trying to villainize this person, but at the same time, that's part of what made Leia so enjoyable as a character. She's definitely not the demure princess waiting in the castle, or in this case, space station for rescue. So I will say I don't agree with that director. I think Leia had plenty of Here's the thing, though. She didn't reject the feminine either. She just integrated different strengths. So, here we go. I find it always interesting. I worry when folks believe that showing a strong female character requires them to reject the idea of femininity altogether. I find strength is more knowing what you believe, what you're good at, and playing to that, not following someone else's script. Ironic when talking about a movie. Okay, just a little bit of this tape, and then we'll start adapting. Dragonhead, where'd you go? Oh yeah, it was up there. Things you can hear on my streams. Dragonhead, where'd you go? Boop, boop, boop. It's funny with this new setup, my arm is currently on the mouse, which has a wrist pad, good ergonomics, but it also is resting next to my soundboard on another desk. It's like, a new ergonomic challenge. Let's see. Silver, Jude 3300, did you know that they made a Star Wars MLP crossover? I was only aware of an MLP Star Wars crossover comic, which I believe is over on DeviantArt. I see it through Equestria Daily. But, well, I'm glad. I mean, the fun of MLP is that the characters themselves are so distinct and strong. It's fun to envision them in other scenarios, articles. It's also funny. Today I was hunting through for information online and came across a Wikipedia article on the rise and gradual decline of the Brony fandom. They noted that aside from talking about new episodes, fans didn't seem as interested in, well, other fans' works. That a majority of their posts were just talking about the episodes now. But I don't know what... One, I don't have the numbers in front of me, so I don't know how accurate that all is, but I will, for the moment, tentatively trust. And I don't know what changed in 2016 that fans stopped being as invested in other fan works. Well, that temporary pad I put for my elbow didn't work. Okay, Rodan, taking a shot when Celestia's not in an episode, you're not going to get very far through season 2. I mean, she really disappeared for a time. Ironically, when It's About Time aired, that was the first time in a long while we saw Celestia. Okay, so Crackles. Oh. And thus it begins. Let's see here. We don't need these teeth selected. Just need this grouped, and I have. So now, this goes away. This comes over here. Boop, boop, boop. Shrink it down just a little. Let's see here. Silver-Quill's little head dealimabobs need to be trimmed so they're not jutting up out of this thing. Ah, well, that didn't work the way I'd hoped. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Dum, da-dum, da-dum. Much better. Now, I definitely got to shrink up that neck, don't I? Let's see. Transformers music, Nathan? I didn't quite hear it. Oh well. Looking good in the neighborhood. Now I just need to add a little bit. Object, envelope, distort. I'm afraid you can't see this menu. It's popping up, but hopefully you can see the curve that results. I must say, on a snowy day, I had some Mexican for lunch, so that's always a gamble. But here we go. Whoop. And whoop. And down we go. Pardon me as I'm not talking, I am focused. I'm engaged. I am wondering what in the hay I should do next. I got a bit of a boop. I believe I've just been... Yes! Gabriel Donlin, thank you for your support. And apologies if I mispronounced your name. I've always struggled with pronunciation. Okay, now, this is where simple vectoring will not suffice. I am required to make this part my own. Oh yeah, I can't I can't use the ink tool on this particular one. There we go. So we'll just go down here. A little wavy wave. Woohoo! There we go. This will be my dragon cape. Actually, let's create a little bump for those wings. There we go, the Dread Dragon Silver-Quill. Or is it Dread Durgan? I don't know. Let's see here. Cherry Fluff wondering if I'm familiar with Lollipop Chainsaw. I've only heard about it and seen a few cutscenes through YouTube. I haven't played the game or experienced the story. I know that Tara Strong voices the heroine, and as a result, I know it's led to some funny dubs of Twilight. So I have to admit, the whole lethal cheerleader battling the forces of darkness, I mean, yes, I watched the original Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and it was just a movie. Never mind when they made it a really awesome series. So I can't really comment on it beyond that. And to be honest, with the array of games coming out, I don't think I'll get to double back on that one. Though speaking of games, King of Fighters apparently will have a new entry out next week. I promised a friend I'd get it because, well, we play fight games. He's training me in the ways of the fighter, which mostly just involves him kicking my tuchus from here till Tuesday, which is we game on a Thursday. Let's see, Seth Moss, I will aim to get after the fact done. See, okay, here's the thing about my live ones. One of the things that I really need to remember to do is do a screen recording as I present, because then I can take the screen recording and my footage and just splice them together real smooth. So you can see what's on the screen and see me talking. Other times I've had to make a screen recording of the presentation just to give a visual, and it becomes a much more complicated process. I need to do better on that. Because the goal is to get these things up quickly and without as much trouble distracting from other projects. Now, I tell you the truth, I haven't posted my Wonderbolt Academy review yet from Everfree Northwest because I believe I'll be giving a similar presentation at BabsCon. So that one, I'm probably going to be splicing them together to give you a different take. You can see Silver-Quill in multiple locations. But, well, like I said, we shall see. Part of it is confusion because a lot of what I'll be doing at BabsCon is carryover from when I thought we would be gathering from 2020. Obviously, that did not work as planned, or did 2021. Though I did have the wonderful opportunity to interview Leah Dapsey, who was a character designer and artist for Gen 5, but also a fan of the show, as Imelu. And I am very thrilled that she will be at Harmonycon. However, I don't think she's making it to Babs, so my promise to cosplay as Pip's smartphone we'll have to hold off for another time. Hello, Syncrete. Good to see you. Let's see here. Now, the question of which of the main 6 would be a sailor, scout, or senshi? I'm going to let folks in the chat speculate on that for a little bit. I remember trying to figure out what swords each of the main 6 would wield. It was strangely exhaustive as I was trying to multitask with while drawing. So, chat, okay, I'm going to say, obviously, if Sailor Moon is the leader, even though Twilight might be a better Sailor Mercury, she would be Sailor Moon. Funny thing, actually, I guess the greatest question is, what would Pinkie Pie do in that situation? There's not a Sailor Senshi who's quite as bonkers as Pinkie Pie. Although fair is fair, I mean, they made her work as a Flash proxy. I don't know if any of you have seen the videos, The Real Reason Why Flash Keeps Getting Renewed. I don't want to give it away, but it's pretty hilarious. And there we go. The scary thing is that when they do show clips from The Flash, and even I, as someone who hasn't seen it in a little while, am like, that's the comedians, right? The Flash doesn't look like that now. What? No. Oh, my despair is palatable. Now let's see here. We gotta do some envelope distortion on this. Make with warp. Horizontal. I don't know why crystals bend, but they didn't bend in the show. Yes, in this show about magical talking horses, bending crystals is a step too far for me. So, sorry, you flew too close to the sun on that one. And let's see, let's just grab these. Whoop. Scuff converter, I don't need you right now. There we go. Ah, there we go. Yeah, yes, Evangelion 007. I'm talking about The Flash on CW, which honestly I didn't even know was still going. But I shouldn't be surprised. I mean, it was their bread and butter for a good while. Just copy these over here. And some of these over here. There we go. An appropriate dragon scale effect. It's on a whole other scale. Gonna have to rework the feng shui here. The rim shot is too far away for me. Oh yes, my smug little face as a Durgan. If I ever get eaten by a real dragon, that would be the look I'd want to go out on. It's like, he doesn't know, but I'm gonna choke. He's gonna choke on me. Actually, wouldn't that be... You are foretold, prophesied to be a great hero who will save the land from a terrible dragon. And when the time comes, the dragon eats you, chokes, and dies. You saved the land! Was it all you expected? By the way, if you guys haven't checked out Vox Machina, please do. It is so awesome. It is funny and irreverent and, well, I won't say that it on the surface it doesn't seem as innovative. I mean, a ragtag group of miscreants who form a party. That's 90% of sports movies out there. But based on the campaigns of Critical Role, it is phenomenally done. And I haven't seen death scenes that gorily animated since Metalocalypse. Oh, Trinary, you do remember the legend in KOTOR of the Jedi with a great history and his prophecy. Yeah, that is a reminder. But I also think it'd be funny. In fact, it's even funnier because the KOTOR Jedi, he blew up a ship. Mine involves a choking dragon. Everyone knows a choking dragon is just funny. Don't tell Spike. Well, wait, what am I saying? Don't tell Spike. The show did that a lot. Celestia's transit system for messages was actually quite harsh. Let's see, and last but not least, this odd... I wonder what Rarity was thinking when she made this other colored tail. Oh, I'm gonna forego the bow. I don't have Rarity's class to pull off that bow. So now we just gotta bring this on over. Adjust for body. Body type. You go here. You turn here. There we go. Let's see, a few beads here and there. And there we go. Make that a little smaller. Take this, make it a little smaller. Champ, it is never too early to ask what the next After Effect will be about. The only caveat is that my plans always seem to be in flux. I have the graphics and the script ready for Common Ground, the Patton Oswalt family piece. So I will be working on that. If I feel comfortable with my preparations for Harmonycon, I may be able to record before I leave. If not, I'll do so right as I get back. Because I want to talk about Common Ground. Plus, I also want to... I admit a part of me is also eager to get to She's All Yak. The pony version of My Fair Lady. Because, well, one, it's fascinating to explore Yona trying to fit in. And also, the phrase I'd never thought I'd say, Sandbar got game. Let's see, make that a little bit more white. It's not... Green is just bleed over from the surrounding pixels. Let's see here. Oh no, I believe there's a person with Russian screen name and text. I apologize, I cannot read the language, so I'm up a creek on that one. Actually, I had the pleasure of going to St. Petersburg and beautiful city, huge and sprawling in all manner of history. But one of the most interesting parts of it was we had a tour scheduled for the former Tsar's palace, and to see basically the wealth that led to all that wastefulness is what led to the Tsar downfall. But to get there, we were on a hydrofoil boat with this, and there was a class of kids, probably no more than 6th or 7th grade. And it was kind of surreal to take this highly advanced boat to this older castle. Okay, so there we go. We've got Evil Dragon Silver-Quill. Let's see here. I don't think it's at Pushkin, Trinary, but okay, I admit on that part my memory's pretty fuzzy. Let's see here. You scales, you come over here and just fill in a void. There we go. All right, so there's Evil Dragon Silver-Quill. That is 1/3 of our party. The next part of our party is really my favorite part. Driving Lightning Bliss bonkers. As I recently learned, Lightning Bliss is weak against cardboard. This is, you'd have to check out her Twitter for the full story on this, but she became trapped by cardboard. And I am one to, abuse this information. Elizabeth Snowbell. Know why I shouldn't tell my secrets to peanut butter? Because the secrets will spread? Because you'd have to be a little nuts? Because everyone else would be jelly? Now let's see here. I'm going to borrow, don't need that Silver-Quill anymore. But I do need... Let's see how Bliss looks with this. Whoops. Layer's locked, that's why I can't copy it. Just gonna borrow these for a sec. Go. Let's see, her nostrils are a little closer together. And let's see here. That's kind of funny. I don't know why that's gray instead of white, but here we go. This little guy. And let's see here. Whoop. I need to take from this layer. Let's borrow this vector of Lightning Bliss. See how well I can transplant these eyes. Oh, I don't know if everyone heard about this. Apparently, a classic painting, People Without Faces, was vandalized by a board security guard. I don't know the whole story behind this, but I can't even begin to process someone defacing artwork out of boredom. Oh, champ to stay. Let's see here. Sorry. The weird champ to stay is wondering what's the weirdest thing I found at a vendor hall. Well, This one is a bit weird, as it's more the person at the vendor hall. At an anime convention one year, there was this guy vending doujinshi, and he was advertising, "Who wants some yaoi? I've got yaoi." And he just would not shut up about the yaoi. He was broadcasting it loudly through the entire convention floor, and I'm just like, dude, no one's that interested in. No one was coming over to his table. And honestly, just I would say in the brony fandom, let's forget the topic du jour. I'm just thinking, you're not making any friends by causing a ruckus and trying to advertise people away from other vendors. That's a huge faux pas. I only got the eyelash. What? Here we go. This is atypical for me. I usually make the eyelash part of the eye group so that they are all one. And when I mask it off, there we go. There's some proper Blissey Rage for you. So that was the strangest thing I ever saw in a vending hall. Now, granted, I'm sure that there have been weirder things. Perhaps I'm just numb. I mean, I was an anime fan long before I was a brony. And so I've witnessed some pretty weird stuff at vendor halls in general. I mean, I found out about body pillows through anime conventions. So when everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, there are pillows in the brony fandom," it's like, yeah, they're everywhere. In all fandoms. In all subcultures, I would argue. Okay, so oh, Maddie, you're so many stories about cleaners and security guards vandalizing property, but this is a museum. All you have to do is sit and appreciate it, and you're being paid to do so while you're guarding. What idiot thinks it's cool to vandalize a painting? I mean, come on, I've been mad in the past when someone would try to appropriate or vandalize my own work. I can only imagine what it's like when it's a priceless, irreplaceable painting. Absolute madness. Obviously, to say that this guy was fired, that honestly doesn't seem a harsh enough punishment for me. You vandalize a piece of artwork, I believe that the punishment is going to be should be far more severe than just you're fired. Now, how can I get this? Nope, not even there. I mean, I won't say that I'm an avid art museum attendee. Should be more so. But I understand the significance of it. I have many of my friends are avid art enthusiasts. So yeah, the idea of defacing artwork just because you're bored, I honestly think that should involve some prison time. A blank body pillow, Cool Striker. Well, I'll tell you, there are large pillows, and I don't know. Just go on Amazon. Pillow covers, body size. There are actually blanks. My unread notifications. Oh, drop frames. Well, thanks for the warning, OBS desktop, which makes this all the more confusing at times. Whoop, there we go. Now this is a bit of a, I don't know if I've ever seen Bliss drawn at this angle. So there's going to be some experimentation here. Whoop, as I knock over my mouse. Let's see, let's get rid of the mask here, because I think, yes, this will serve as a good cover. Whoops. I forget how complicated. Her goggles seem so simple. But maybe I just made them too complicated in my own way. Let's see here, I just need to draw a little bridge. A bridge too far. Silver-Quill abridged. Just be a montage of explosions. There you go, that might be a simple way to get a video, let people know I'm still kicking. Just Silver-Quill abridged. Boom, boom, boom. See, I need the right music for it. There we go. And there we go. And let's see, I feel like the hair should jut out in front of the glasses too. So, pardon me. Which age of comics did I like best? Well, truth be told, I never really fell into the celebrating the Golden Age, the Silver Age, the Dark Age. I guess comics didn't have a Bronze Age as far... No, wait, I take that back. I believe someone did once mention ages. I remember one of the first comics I really got into was Maximum Carnage, Spider-Man arc, where the vicious symbiotic serial killer is on the loose, and Spider-Man has to question how far he's willing to go to put a stop to this. Namely, is he willing to kill Carnage and his gang? And it was a very fascinating piece. Now, I had only known Spider-Man through, like, what was it? The Saturday morning cartoon on Fox Kids. This was a very different approach on Spider-Man. And for a time, well, I would go in and out on comics. Honestly, MLP is probably one of the more stable readings I've done over the years. So I really can't say that there's a favorite era. Each one adapts to the time it's in. I believe that the so-called Dark Age was when comics were trying to redefine themselves. Let's add a bit more of a swish here because Lucy's hair is more elegant than what I'm presenting. Extraordinary, the 90s animated series. That was really my first... I knew of Spider-Man, but I didn't fully appreciate Spider-Man until I saw that series. Which is kind of funny because that series, looking back on it now, when you see some of the editing was actually very bad in that show. They would get whole sequences out of place. It was, I believe it was produced by a French company. Go. Okay, I can sing along now that you can actually hear the music. Still find that funny. For like half an hour, I was hearing music no one else could. Oh, the trappings of soundboards and all manner of stuff. Oh, wow. No, that looks... Let's make that a little closer. And let's add one here. Alrighty, let's see here. So, I haven't been able to keep a full eye on the chat. I'm curious if anyone has put forth ideas for the main six, which Sailor Senshi would they be? Hello, Khalid. Good to see ya. Always glad to have folks drop by whenever. Let's see, Noir Raven. Mentioning that Spider-Man or yeah, stories can seem very preachy. Especially when they're denouncing. Another show I've really enjoyed recently is Arcane over on Netflix, which is from League of Legends. There is a scene where the main heroine is telling a guy off right as he's at a low point. You just think, okay, there's a time and a place, but this is not it. You're goofing. So when the guy cuts off ties with her, it's like, yeah, I can see why. But then that's the tragedy that leads to, well, a cliffhanger, I'll say. I don't think it's a spoiler to say there's a tragedy or cliffhanger on a Netflix show. And let's see here. We're almost done with the Blissey head. I'm pleased at how angry she looks. Means I'm having the correct impact. Just need this color. Okie-dokie. Artichoke. Save, because I never want to make that mistake again. Now, here's where my fun begins. I've got my Lightning Blissiboo, and she's going to be... Her heads are proportionally similar to Silver-Quill. So she's going to be maybe up here. I'll have to adjust this as I go. But the goal here... First, I'm going to get a slightly tan with dark brown stroke. Bubble. And we're going to angle it thusly. Let's see here. If you put wings behind her head, she'd be a pony Angry Bird. Oh, no, but that's my shtick. Lizzie becomes a full-on dragon herself. For anyone who may have watched ZTF2. What is it called? Great Scott, this is heavy. Alright, let's see. I want this to be black. I'm just gonna... Here we are. Create a mask. That out. And then... let's see, maybe shrink it down just a little. There we go. So, if I'm imagining people are starting to see what I'm attempting here, Lightning Bliss will be captured in the evil tower of cardboard, with the evil Durgan Silver-Quill watching the gate. But you don't want these to be even bars because, well, where's the fun in that? Just saving real quick because I don't trust. All of a sudden, my mouse is not moving all of a sudden. Run out of power? I believe it did. Well, oh my goodness, what isn't going kaputski on me tonight? Well, you, my audience. Let's see here. One of the downsides of my massive, moving things around is that I don't have all my wires where they should be. In fact, I dare say I have my wires crossed. Let's see if I can figure this out. Please enjoy the music as I go on a quick intermission. Okay, I'm back. My goodness. So, what's the dealio? I'm assuming if I give my mouse a minute to charge, maybe I still need to plug in the wireless aspect, even though it's now drawing power from my keyboard. Technology is a mystery to me sometimes. Like, how is it that so many things have gone kerflooey in one night? There we go, back on track. I was saying, yes, I'm gonna have Blissy Boo in the cardboard jail of evil. And, let's see, who was it earlier saying have her hooves? Yes, well, I forget who was saying it, but I am going to draw her hooves coming through the bar. Just one sec. Let's see here. Object, expand. Expand appearance. Nope, that doesn't do it. I wonder if I can apply a mask in any way. Oh well. Not as important at this red hot minute. This is what I was using as a mask a moment ago. The white is areas that are meant to be seen. The black is areas that is meant to be hidden. And with a few quick taps, they become something else. I guess I don't need these to have a stroke. There we go. Oh, wow, that's terrible phrasing. Yeah, let's see here. I'll finesse that a little, but right now it's more important to get the proper Blissy Rage going. I want her to be able to give a proper "wee" as I'm forcing this indignity. Now, let's see here. Part of it is I need to be aware of the size of her hooves. Let's see here. Funny thing, with all the vectors and poses you've done, you could probably animate some of your work as if it were a G4 Season 1. Oh, I appreciate you saying that, Frostbite, but I don't think my work would qualify. Flash is more than just one drawing. It is an entire series of drawings blended. I tried, actually it wasn't college, it was when I was going for my freaking associate's degree. Associates. Yeah, that's the word. Associate's degree. In graphic design. And I thought, well, hey, I've worked with video editing software. This can't be that different. It was that different. It took a lot of effort, and I still barely understand it. And now that Flash is gone and replaced with Adobe Animate, or perhaps Toon Boom, I'm still trying to get my head wrapped around it. So there will always be a struggle. Speaking of struggles, the Blissey struggle for freedom. I just need to mask out this little bit. Let's make you dark there, dark there. That's funny. Ah, I only masked the line, not the whites. Let's fix that. There we are. There we go. Now we're getting proper Blissey rage. I want her shouting, Attica! Attica! Let's see here. Time for Trinary is dutifully and rightfully reminding me to save my work. And oh, Zutalor, it's already been half an hour? Time flies, and I appreciate everyone hanging with me through all the technical difficulties and brouhahas. Now, I should give a little preview. Harmonycon, the schedule for me has worked out a bit funny. On Friday, I'll be taking part with the Rift Ponies and their Jackbox After Dark and their Equestria's Next Top Artist, which will be live and in person. That'll be a first for me. But that's Friday and evening. Saturday is Whose Line Is It Anyway? Bronies React, both my panels, all in the span of really Friday evening, except for Whose Line, that's at 10:30 a.m. I'm gonna have to be very careful about making sure I eat and have some energy going, because when you're vending all day, we can't really, it's not really possible to just manja. There are people coming by, you need to be aware, and also they're taking the mask policy very seriously, so you don't want to just take off a mask and have it off for extended hour period. And let me be clear, I applaud Harmonycon for that diligence. I am perfectly happy to show proof of vaccination and wear a mask if it helps ensure the safety of fellow congoers. One sec, I need the wireframe view, so I can grab this and move it down. I am thinking maybe I'll change this. Show a hoof. Maybe move her a little bit this way, a little bit that way. This is what I love about vectors. I can just adjust things on the fly. I would not be nearly so proficient in Photoshop with pixel artwork, but at the same time, I've seen people do amazing things. So definitely not dissing or dismissing Photoshop. But here, let's make sure the hooves are of a equal orientation, even if Bliss is covering up part of it. There we go. Now let's see here. Right now I've got a slightly incoming message from the giant floating head. Don't think we want that. Let's give Blissy a body. But let's also darken it up, because she is in the dark confines of the cardboard castle of evil. And wings. Did I not... Let's see here. Oh, Maddie's gonna throw frost in the pungeon. And that just describes the aroma. Frostbite is throwing jokes. I see here. Ah, Frost, an excellent pun. I salute you. But you don't need to add parentheses. That's one of the things. One of my the funniest characters I enjoy in the Japanese Kamen Rider series. He makes jokes all the time, and his assistant tries to explain them. And he has to keep shouting at her, "Stop trying to explain my jokes. It doesn't work if you do that." And not like in a really harsh or abusive way. How best to describe? He's basically just like, "Oh, come on, don't do that." That would be Kamen Rider 01. Which, by the way, is out on Blu-ray in America, which I never thought I'd see the day that happened. Listen to me, you'd think I was advertising for Saban. Actually, it's not Saban. Well, Toei. Yeah, Toei. Pretty sure? Well, it's been a full day and I have done a lot of lifting, so my brain isn't in full engagement right now, I think. But that can change. Let's see here. Cardboard gel. Cosmina Inspira also made the Punjin joke. So everyone's jumping on the Punjin bandwagon. Ain't no shame in that, I tells ya. So let's give Bliss a proper prison. Darken this side up because we want to indicate... Because Bliss, as she freely admits, is easily defeated by cardboard. Now, second part of this is to establish that this is an actual tower. So, I'm going to start with just a really basic assembly. And then, well, maybe not that jagged a corner. But then this box will be in another box. which will be stacked on top of another box, thus creating the illusion that this is completely messed up. Oh, and the music stopped, which, yep, it means I'm coming up on the top of the hour. But then again, I wasn't playing the music when you all couldn't hear it. So, let's just shuffle this up a little. And let's see here. Thinking. Then I need just one box on top. There we go. Cardboard prison is coming together. Let's steal some of this. My wireless mouse, which was a gift from Sweetie Bloom and Trinary, and has served me wonderfully well, restoring unto me the beloved right-click feature. It's now wired. Makes handling just a little different. Two, three. Nice thing is I can change the perspective on these all together. And skew them. Doesn't have to be perfect. In fact, because this is supposed to look kind of shoddy, the less perfect it is, the better. Alrighty. The Guardian is cooler and more dangerous than the Dementor. Yeah, thank you. Okay. What happens when you're caught in a shipping facility? Asked Frost. You get boxed in. The Leaning Tower of Blissey. I like it. But this must be the evil Dark Tower of Blissey, because, you know, unless you're the queen of the Pegasi in the new movie, you don't lock people in nice cells. I gotta give it to the Pegasus population. They really appreciate the fine art of making people comfortable, even in a prison. Oh, but why am I suddenly blanking on her name? Queen Zip and Pip's mother. Well, someone will notify me in the chat. I have full confidence. Let's see here. Cherry Fluffs. How come church lets you bring cats? Because they're Catholic. Very nice. Thank you, Trinity. Queen Haven. Offering safe haven. So, I don't know. Maybe, wouldn't it be bad, though, if, like, someone wanted the first-class treatment, their idea to get, like, a day at the spa is to commit a crime and be locked in the dungeon? That'd be a little messed up. Although I could see that being an episode in G5. Zip and Pip have to figure out what to do when a 5-star treatment in the dungeon actually leads to an increase in crime. Whoops. Oh, how'd you get loose? Oh, no wonder. because I moved everything. Perfect. Let's, whoop, still in capacity. Let's group all this together, move it behind good old evil dragon Silver-Quill. Okay, Nathan. Nathan, I'm gonna have to put you in timeout for a while. If someone asks you to stop, that is in no unclear terms the time you stop. Yeah. I will tell everyone, in my friendships, there have been times where my friends really did have to tell me, stop. Like, hard stop. And I feel embarrassed and more than a little chagrined afterwards. But I appreciate that they tell me, because otherwise I'm just causing harm, and that's never the goal. Humor is supposed to be transformative. It changes your perceptions on things. If it's only causing harm, well then it's no longer humor, it's now sadism. Let's see here. I've only got a little time, and I would like to at least give an idea of the final component here. So we're going to leave the Leaning Tower of Blissey for just a little bit, or at least I am. Now, funny thing with my bud Fiora, the Tank Girl, she has this character, Wandering Sunrise, which is part of her Dead Tree Fallout Equestria. But as far as I know, Fiora does not have a OC for herself. So and part of this style is based on Rainbow Dash, I believe. So, just let me pull up my main 6. Come on. There we go. And I'm gonna want Rainbow like so. Keep going to the first tab. Similar, but with important differences. Especially in the eyes, but we'll deal with that forthwith. Let's see here. Interactions. Crap. There we go. And then we just need to modify it all. So let's see here. I'll also lose the wings. There we go. So 1. Let's move this over a little. And 2 prongs and 1 overhang. Ah, I flipped Rainbow's smile. Let's see here. A funny goatee, William? Let's see here. Frostbite. What does a chef say when people ask how they make their food so good? I chop it all up to experience. Well done. Although my answer would be he lets them stew on it. Actually, now they say stew. It's snowing outside, so a beef stew sounds fantastic tonight. I'm suddenly thinking of dinner. I'm willing to go a little bit over my 2-hour limit, but not by much. Goodness knows, if I'm going to be having to remind myself to eat at Harmonycon, I'm definitely not going to forget that at my own home. Trinary, everybody is some pony special pony. I don't know if that's strictly true. I've yet to meet anyone who said that Spoiled Rich is their favorite best pony. Or to hit me with some ridiculous hashtag Spoiled Rich did nothing wrong. She did everything wrong. All the things are wrong because Spoiled Rich did them. I will compliment the MLP staff that they created a character whom no one actually likes. Alrighty, now let's see here. I'm gonna go with just a slightly off-white. And then this is the wonder of the, whoops. All I need is the Pathfinder, divide, and conquer. No stroke. Ah, but here's a challenge. All of these designs feature a dark coloring. Just like a black lines. I'm gonna go slightly darker. And let's see, what's the width on this? 4.8815. I'm amazed at how precise these things get. But we're not going to use this section. Instead, we'll darken up the red here. Oh, last. Always try to copy. I don't think it helps that they put the copy and save shortcuts right next to each other on a keyboard. Go. Yep. Much better. So, what do I see? Ah, Little Heart Raccoon. Oh, Little Heart. I've not done well in keeping up those drawing with Silver-Quill. I still need to answer your questions. The problem is, this is the thing, I would love to teach just using these streams, but Streamlabs is limited in what it can show. iTunes like several times earlier if I just recorded the screen. So, okay, let me just show this real quick because I think this is helpful to everyone. Let's say I draw red circle, red square, white square. They're two separate objects. As I move them around, they're independent. But now let's say, hey, I'm selecting both, and I'm going to say Pathfinder, divide. Now, it's treating them as one object, and if I move just this white one out of the way, it has carved out a space. This is how I do Rainbow Dashes. Excuse me. This is how I do Rainbow Dashes mate. You can draw all these different colors and then divide them using the Pathfinder to create separate shapes. That is what I'm doing with Wandering Sunrise's main. Now, in addition, I can also change the shape of the stroke using preset shapes so that where they overlap, there can be a little... Now let's see if I can do this right. Wrong. There we go. And now I just need to change this as well. Oh, and this is always a thing. See right here, this is a weird aspect of using a custom shape. You get this awful triangle. Hello, Soko Troco 12. Thank you for following. What I'm going to do is use a width tool. Okay, width tool, and I'm going to take this edge down. That gets rid of the ugly triangle. And now, using the same width tool, I'm going to expand a little different. So there's that edge. So edgy. Bring that up and bring that in. Now let's see here. This will be the same red. There we go. Hey, I said red. There we go. Get the same thickness going. Ah, right, because it's different. One of the harder things with custom shapes is that the strokes look different even if on the numbers say they're all the same. Ah. Sos El Chavo. My new follower is El Chavo. Let's see here. Yes, Maddie is here in the US of A. And, well, I know culture shock is a very real thing, and you're good to hang in there with all the weirdness. And boy, is there weirdness. There's no denying that. Alright. Oh, I received a donation. Don't quit on me now. Kira Brown, thank you for your support. I greatly appreciate it. But here we go. See, this is how you can use the style of one pony to create another. I mean, it is sort of funny. We all joke about who's the cutest, but really it's mostly mane and eye style that makes them adorable. As for the most part, they are of one body style. I muse on that sometimes. Masters of the Universe Revelation. Folks may have seen for a time that caused quite a stir amongst folks. How shall I put this? I understand their decision to make Tila have a more built frame, less curvy. But then what I would call the toy effect, which is you want to produce as many toys using as few frames as possible, or molds. So suddenly every heroine in the series has Tila's build, even if it doesn't make sense. So I guess that's the same with My Little Pony, but maybe less extreme. I have thought about doing an after the fact on Masters of the Universe Revelation. It is, after all, based on something I enjoyed as a child. However, I'm glad to let time fly because right now everyone's just vitriol about it, or was vitriolic. I'm not sure if the anger has run its course. I am, however, of the very real philosophy that anger is a gimmick. For a time, there were the angry reviews And while some of them are still fun, like the Angry Video Game Nerd, by and large, I think people have grown a little tired of the concept. I think insight reviews are a better way to go. And well, let's see. Well, that's not perfect. But what is? I just up and maybe move this. So we're getting there. Slowly but surely we're getting there. But here, I feel like at this point you're all probably thinking, Rainbow Dash, what is he doing to her? Let's... To highlight my earlier statement, select same, fill color. Let's do a little changeroo. Select same stroke color. There's this. Then there's that. Boom. Oh, for some reason, the nostril. See, just a few little changes, and I will get where I need to be. Slowly but surely. However, I'm past my cutoff point, and I genuinely don't want to keep you all for the whole evening. I'm going to keep working on this. Please keep an eye on my Twitter, where I will post it. Also, it's good to not show the full thing, because when I finish this, I'm going to send it on over to Fiora and Lightning Bliss to get their approval. Like I say, it's meant as a joke. It's kind of silly, goofy fun, but I also want to make sure they're comfortable with this. If they aren't, hey, you've gotten to see me, some of my art process, and watch me flail about with technical trouble for about 2 hours. Little hearts. How do we do dual colors? Well, it depends on what you mean. I think what you were asking, I believe on YouTube earlier, is if you have like, well, let's get a better color going here. This will be my teaching moment for the evening. Let's say I've got this green line. There is a window called Appearance. And unfortunately, it doesn't show up. Well, let's see. I'm waiting for the stream to catch up. I wonder if it does show the window. The funny thing is, as I'm working, I can't watch myself on the stream. I'm curious to see what will I do next. Nope, the window does not pop up. Lame. But in the Appearance, there is an option to add a new stroke. What that does is put one stroke on top of the same line. And if you increase the thickness of that stroke, whoops, well, it would help if I selected the object. If you increase the thickness, you will now get a duotone line, which will move around. Now, this works great if, like, what you see here, it's almost like a candy cane. But it depends also on if it's like Wandering Sunrise's main, if you have to split it and work through things. One other video I'm going to work on in short order is working with lines in Illustrator, where I will do a full recording of all the windows that appear on Illustrator. So I promise you it will not be too much longer, and I will try to be a better teacher through that. Oh, Master Code. I'm afraid I didn't see you early in the chat, but glad to have you here. Unfortunately, I'm giving you a greeting just as I'm about to call things good. So everyone, I appreciate that you hung with me through technical troubles galore and confusion. I obviously will not be streaming next week on account of being at Harmonycon, but on February the 25th, tentatively, I will have Dusty Cat with me as we will talk about all things pony, and well, we'll see what I'm working on by then. And like I say, please keep an eye on my Twitter, where I will show an image of this final product once it has reached all the parties' approval.